Hi there. Welcome back to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne, and today we are on day 3 of our, what do I call it? 16 days of art studio Valentine love. Yep, that's what we're doing here. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoy it. We talked yesterday about how trees have this language. I learned about this in the book The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wohlleben. I don't know how you say his name. Anyway, this is really fun. It's about how trees can talk to each other and to us, and they have a worldwide underground network of their roots. It's amazing. It's like reading a fairy tale. It's really fun. I like this book a lot, and I wanted to share that with you because I like it, and you might too. And I wanted to show you this. Remember yesterday I was cutting out the cards, and I tried putting the backing back on it so that I wouldn't be cutting through the sticky on the back of the metal tape. Well, it occurred to me that because metal tape gives you this great little shadow line to follow, that it would not be hard to just follow. Now the paper's on the back, so I won't get sticky on my scissor blade. Ta-da! Yeah, I had to wait a few hours for this idea to pop up. Oops. And then on the back, you just take off the little paper on the back. And we are all set. And I also wanted to show you, where are we? I really can't see very well with the camera at this angle. See how I drew into it? This is with a ballpoint pen. And then I said you can put color on with a Sharpie. This is a Sharpie chisel tip. So it has that kind of a tip. So there's this broad flat place. And very nicely in the light there. So you get this great swath of color on your ATC. Tra-la. So I just wanted to show you that you can just get a swath of color with a broader tip, or you know, really fine with the fine line Sharpies. So wanted to show you that. And by the way, I took my my card thing all apart, so it's a mess right now. But I will show you in a couple of days what it looks like, because it looks great. Okay, so this was from day 1, and this is from day 2. This is my clipboard for my Valentine. And look how it turned out. So it's not really sticky, but I just think I won't send this off yet, because it's, yeah, gel medium is always great after like 4 or 5 days or something. So we'll let this sit for a while. But I really like this. It's not, I was really afraid you'd be writing and, well, the board itself, that's another thing I have to do. The board has a bit of a curve in it, so I have to see if I can uncurve it. But I was very afraid that if I put too much thickness in the design back here that when you were writing on it on the front, it would rock back and forth, and that would be a bad thing. So this is going well. And I also wanted to show you that I've made a book. Can you see these? Remember yesterday we talked about making our own energy paper with our own words. So this is the heart that I cut, and then I echo cut some red around it. This is this rectangle that I tore, and then I added some lace and another heart. So these are the kinds of things you can do with our energy paper. Yay. So this is my new book about the 16 days of Art Studio Valentine love. Oh, look, it was not dry when I put that in, and now it's made little ink spots. Copyright 2019 by Robinsunne of Wildsunne Art Studio. Okay, day 1, we made the cards, and day 2, we made the stacked frame medallion on the clipboard. I'm going to put a photo of that here, and then I will send that off. And then we also made this lovely juicy paper. In my own words, background paper. Oh, that's a better name for it rather than energy paper. Energy paper's good too. Anyway, and DIY stickers. So I finished the whole project. So now I can, with a bit more sanity, walk you through what we did. So we started out with making a cheat sheet that would go either on the window or on the, tape it onto the window or tape it onto your light box. And it just gives you, you can tell, it gives you some idea of how to, sort of a framework. So these boxes end up being all the same height, kind of helps me square them off. And I also wanted to show you that I did a whole line of hearts and a whole line of diamonds. So when I copy this onto sticky paper, I can cut out the whole line and put it like a line across the top of or the middle of a card, which would be great. And I made a mistake right there. But that's okay. I mean, because you'll just cut out around it. So one option is to make a black and white paper, copy it off, and give it to your friends for them to color in, and they can print it out on cardstock and just use it as cardstock copies, or they can print it on paper and color it and make it into a printed on sticky paper. So putting it on plain paper is one idea. Why do I have my energy paper in this pocket? I don't know. Or you can put it on cardstock, and this, so you can color them and then cut them out the way you want them. Just cut out around your pieces. And then you have kind of a third dimension when you glue it onto your cards or your art journal or whatever. So that's another idea. You can color them however you want. And I also wanted to say, I don't have any metallic pens here. Well, I do have this one, my lovely Uniball. Doesn't have the name. Oh, here it is. Sanford Uniball Gel Impact, the best silver pen. Short of the ones, that you shake and they go rattle, rattle, and then you press the nib in to get it going. Those are like real paint pens, and those are the best. But for just a rollerball pen, these have luscious ink. And the silver one is even better than the gold. But anyway. But after you color these, don't be afraid to go over them in silver And I have found, unfortunately, that when you try to copy silver, it comes out as gray or white or something. You don't get any flash at all. So save the silver pens until after you've copied it off. So you can copy onto cardstock. You can color everything up and copy that onto cardstock. And I wanted to show you that we're apt to get into color differences. I mean, the real thing is much more brilliant than these. I wonder if I went to, look at this, the color difference there. I wonder if I went to Staples, if I might get a little bit better color reproduction. That might work. Who knows? And then, let me show you this because it's so much fun. Oh my goodness. Here, let's do this one. So this is printed on sticky paper. So if you draw these, it's really fun. If your kids draw these, it's so cute. There we have. Now I want to do something for you. This is why I like the clear sticker paper rather than the white, because whatever you've got going on underneath, let's see, comes through. Isn't that fun? I mean, you can sort of tell that there are words behind there. So that's, to me, awesome. It's a very fun thing. So there's that. Are you ready for day 3? It's not here. That's because we have to make it. Alrighty, what did I do with my bag of, well, I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, today we're working with felt, and I really wanted to show you my bag of different colored felts, and I put it away. That was silly. We are working with felt, and I'll tell you what, I'll show you what I was going to show you last. I'll show it to you first. It's, of course, lovely to make an embroidery and be a normal person. But I also thought that it might be fun to make things you don't expect to be made out of felt, like a charm bracelet, perchance. So we went shopping last night, and I got some supplies, split rings. This is a charm bracelet kit. It's made by Designs by Me by the Cousin Company. CousinDIY.com. Anyway, it came with the bracelet and a bunch of jump rings. And I like split rings better than jump rings. I think they hold and you don't lose stuff. And then I couldn't resist these. They have little diamonds and sparklies and big luscious pearls on them. So I've got 2 more pearls. That's the length. There's some other pearls that go in here. I guess 1 and 1, something like that. And then I've been sewing and sewing. So they're all backed with a different color. And got some more colors. Aren't these colors fantastic? I wanted to give a shout out to and let you know all about ClementineMe.com. ClementineMe.com. It's a store right close to me, and they sell really beautiful stuff. But among the beautiful things that they sell is so much gorgeous wool felt. I just thought you needed to know that. And I would love to throw some business her way. Leah, who owns the store, is such a delight. And she's always really helpful and really full of smiles for me, which is so kind. So I thought I would take you through the next link on my chain, which is going to be the green one. Where are my hands? It's right there. Okay. So what I've been doing is I got some needle and 3 strands of floss. And I'm just doing a running stitch around the edge. I've been so excited about everything I have planned for you in these fabulous 16 days. I was very excited. I went to, that big box store. I wouldn't have gone there. I would have gone to Michael's or a smaller big box store in a heartbeat, but the closest one to us here in Midcoast, Maine is at least an hour away. So that shall not be named enormous big box store is what I have to work with here. Anyway, I went there and they had a bunch of stuff I like. And I'm very sorry that the family of that store feels impoverished and has a need to not pay their workers, apparently, pretty well. So I've heard. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, I do often find really great stuff there. And I found this amazing thing. I have to show you. It's absurd. So I was kind of looking in the department where they have a lot of scrapbooking stuff. And I found this huge, what is this? 12 by 13. It's just enormous. It's all these little, can you see them? Sticker diamonds. Rows and rows. This is like 1 million of them. It's probably not quite that many. Anyway, I was overwhelmed at the plentifulness, at the abundance of little diamonds. Yeah. So I didn't have any specific plans for bazillions of little diamonds for you all, but now I feel obligated to think up a project that has little diamonds in it. Me and diamonds. All right, just so, Robinsunne. Let the nice people see how this works. So when I got this kit, it's just the chain itself. And then I added one split ring. They're 9mm. The biggest one in this box is 9mm, and I used the biggest one just because I thought it would be easier to work with and sew with. And then I cut up 26 little squares. 13 of them are red, and 13 of them are various colors of my beautiful, beautiful felt from Clementine. It's an advertisement, except I'm not getting paid. I just love Leah, and I love her store, and every time I go in there, I get super inspired. Okay, so I start at the crook in the middle of the heart and sew around the edge. Then I pick the next ring and I put it just in back of the crook of the heart. And I'm going to do 3 or 4 stitches that will hold the ring in place. And I've done this kind of cloth charm bracelet before, and the threads don't tend to come out of the split ring, so I'm thinking that'll work. And now I'm going, let's see, can you see this? Where are my hands? Just going in between the 2 layers of cloth to the best of my ability, and doing a little back and forth sewing so that I've stabilized the thread. Then I'm cutting that off. So the bracelet will go like this and show the pretty colors and the little diamonds and pearls. And there we go. So I will keep on working with that, and I will probably show you the end result tomorrow, because we're meeting every day now for the rest of our 16 days. So there was that, and I also, same idea, felt, trying to find the right place. I got some of these barrette findings and made a little barrette. Kiss, hug, kiss. Then I also got some bar pins and made a little pin. So this is 2 layers of felt. I used 2 layers of white felt on the barrette to just gives it a little extra sturdiness. Wool felt is luscious. It's a tiny bit more kind of hefty than polyester felt. But still, I thought for both the pin and the barrette, it would be nice to have the added oomph and stiffness of 2 layers. So the first thing I did was I sewed this heart. I wonder how well this is going to show. Put like 3 or 4 different colors of thread in the needle. This is just regular sewing thread. And I did a back stitch all the way around. And when I got to here, I sewed on a little charm that has a tree on it, because we've been talking about trees. And I had put a piece of lace on this top kind of turquoisey blue felt. Then when I got the heart all sewn in, I started around back stitching little tiny colored seed beads in. And when I got to the bottom, every other seed bead, I made a little tail of 9 beads, a pony bead, a seed bead again, and then I put the needle back up through and kind of did an extra stitch or 2 at the top, and then continued on down the row. So it's got a little fringe. And then finished it off. Oh, I'm sorry, and I forgot to say that when I started sewing the beads on, I added the dark blue felt on the back. And you can see that this is not totally square, but I think that'll be all right. And I figured out this morning who's going to get this pin. I'm going to totally surprise her. I realized this Christmas I got kind of kerflubbled. I had a lot of things going on in my life, and I ended up not sending out Christmas cards, which is fun because I make them, right? So it's totally fun. But there was just too much to do. And there has been, the year my mom died, 5 years ago, that's so amazing. She died the day after Christmas. And so that whole pre-Christmas was really busy. And I ended up sending out Valentine's that year instead of Christmas cards, which is a tradition that I think I could get behind. You know, let Christmas be Christmas and be warm and fuzzy with my family. But then for Valentine's Day, yay, I get to make toys and send them out to people. So there are some people that I did not get in touch with, old friends from my youth. Good grief. And I was thinking, oh, I could send them some of these Valentines that I'm making instead of the Christmas cards, because it'd be fun to be in touch with them. So somebody's getting a very pretty pin. I like a lot how this turned out. So this is what we are doing today. I hope I have given you plenty of information so that you know how to proceed to make pretty colorful things for you. Did I get those all on the... Yes, I did. I don't need the box. Tra-la, tra-la. There, can you see everything? Yes, you can. That's very fun. Okay, now we're going to add the very... Close your ears. The blessings from me to you. Oh, I love the feel. I was talking to a fabric artist years and years ago. She does these amazing quilts. And she said, you know, you get to hold the color in your hand. And I like that, you know, with paint, you put it on the end of a brush and then it's, you know, a foot away from you. But with fabric, you sit there handling the color. So I hope that the language of color is yours to delight in. I wish you the blessings of color in your life. My dears, I will see you tomorrow. I have more juicy stuff for us to make for our beloveds, and I'm loving sharing this with you. I hope you are having even half as much fun as I'm having, but I hope you have all the fun I'm having too. We'll just keep doubling the fun every time somebody does one of these projects. Yay! I will see you tomorrow. Bye.